Thanks for your interest in the JAM Exam Scale Poster. Practicing scales can be like pulling teeth. However, this poster lays out some of the fundamentals for the students in a logical way. We've been using this poster for several years, teaching scales and guiding people understanding relative positions on the neck. For our bass and guitar students, we've had a lot of success with this. We are very happy to make this available to you. It's highly recommended that your student knows, you or your student knows where the notes on the neck are to use this poster to its fullest potential. We currently have a poster available for guitar and 4-string bass guitar through our eBay and on our website. However, we are also working on a ukulele poster, which should be coming out in the coming weeks. Dimensions are 12 by 19 inches, commercially printed, black ink on heavy 110 weight white glossy paper. As you face the poster, the pentatonic scales are on the left and the major scales are on the right, and there's an arrow pointing between some of them. The scales are set up this way so you can see how these scales match up in relative position to each other. Students will find they can quickly find and add the notes of the major scale to their pentatonic scales for a jazzy sound, or add pentatonic licks to their major scales to make them sound bluesy. It's very fun. The major scale intervals are represented by a star for number 1. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can get a little closer here and give you the rundown on how. There we go. A little bit closer here. Major scale intervals are represented by a star for number 1, then the numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5, then a black dot for 6, then the 7th interval, and then it repeats. The star represents the major root note in the scale, or the number 1. The black dot represents the minor root note in the scale, or the number 6. The pentatonic scales are numbered the same way. However, omitting the 7th and the 4th intervals create the pentatonic scale. This helps the student visualize how the pentatonic scale is constructed. So, if a learner is playing a song in G major, the G note should be where the star is. Right here. Or right here. Or right there. That way they can play the rest of the scale notes in and around that G and get major sounding scales. So, goes to say, if you are playing in G minor, the G should be where the black dot is. By playing the rest of the scale notes, they get minor sounding solos. So if you start and end your improvisation around the proper root notes, it'll help make the sound of the phrases complete. After you get the idea, they can start on other interval numbers within the scale and get different sounds. We really appreciate you watching the video and explaining our posters and our concepts. We hope you enjoy considering buying maybe a group of them for your lesson studios, or to have 4 or 5 of them on hand to give as gifts. Visit us on the web at jamexamapp.com.